We're starting.
No, it's recording now. Jesus Christ. Sorry, Daryl. Oops.
Funny.
Oops. Welcome to the ugly truth. God. Okay. What a weird start. Sorry.
Well, it's the ugly truth. We are awkward.
Beyond, and you're wearing your cute shirt.
I'm wearing my. I love my.
Do a selfie so people can see it on a body.
But not today.
No. Yeah. At some point when you're
I
feeling
will do
good.
you know what? I actually wear this shirt to work
so
once in a while.
cute.
Like I'll wear it to when I have a short day at work. I'll wear it on a Friday or something.
Yeah.
I'm like. It's
so
so perfect.
cute. I love it.
I know people look at me like, why is she wearing a shirt that says awkward? I'm like, do you know me?
And then you trip and you're like, sorry, everyone.
Or I say something really
stupid
dumb.
or dumb. Yeah. That's so funny. Who cares?
Yeah. Well, no, it was me. I know Daryl sat in for me last week.
It's me.
I had some stuff.
Hi.
I love that song.
I do too.
Yeah. I just had a busy couple of weeks.
Well, luckily, because we're siblings and it's not a real job, we can do whatever we want.
I know.
In fact, today I had messaged you, and now it makes sense because you've been having an outage, and tons of outages.
I did write you back, but I was like, I don't
did?
think it went through.
It
Yeah,
didn't
I
go
don't think it
through.
went through.
And so I was like,
Yeah, and then I started to think about that.
I'm
I'm
all,
like,
LOL.
she's probably freaking out.
I wasn't freaking out, but I'm just like, just let me know because I will do
No,
other
I
things.
totally wrote you back.
It's fine.
I was like, I'll be over there around 11, but then we were dealing, I made Jeff pancakes.
Oh,
and
that's cute.
I cook pancakes one pancake at a time.
You do?
Because I don't have anything big enough to cook multiples.
I do baby pancakes.
I could have done that.
Oh,
yeah.
whatever.
I'm just the worst pancake maker ever. So it takes my full concentration to make one.
I bought a waffle maker for Mackenzie's grad party last month. I have yet to use it outside of that day.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I think I'm going to do that because I don't like making pancakes either.
I hate it.
It's not my fave.
I'm just not good at it.
No,
so.
and I'm like, oh God, what a pain in the ass. It's
Yeah,
like
if
so
I
much
had
work.
a griddle, like I've seen those people have like
Yep.
where you can put like 3 or 4 of them on there, I would totally do it.
Yeah.
But then it's just one more thing in my cabinet that I'll use like every other month.
I have a cast iron griddle that is probably 2 feet long. Mm-hmm. One side is grill. The other side is a griddle.
Oh, I've seen yours. It's really nice.
I got it at IKEA for like $20 like 100 years ago. But anyway, I hate it because it is such a bitch to wash.
Yeah.
And Daryl uses it all the fucking time.
And you're like,
I'm
well,
like, here it is soaking again.
I can understand why you would want to use it because it's a big surface. You can
It's
do a lot of things
perfect.
on it. Yeah, but yeah, washing it and storing it.
It's heavy. Talk about awkward.
It's
an awkward thing to pull out. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I've mentioned this on the show before that Jerry bought. He tries. God damn it. Fuck.
He tries so hard to give you good gifts.
Well, because I finally was like, we've been together for 25 years. What have you
Yes.
ever gotten me for Christmas? And he had to think about it. I'm like, nothing.
Nothing
Like
good.
ever. And I know people on the other are like, what? Nothing?
Daryl and I.
But I just don't
Never
fucking
did.
care. Yeah, honestly, when people, what did your husband get you for Christmas? I'm like, nothing. Like, that's totally normal. And they just, what? Like,
I know. And it's funny because every year I go, let's not get each other anything, okay? Because I don't like the pressure. You don't need
and why are we
anything
spending our own money on each other?
It's our money.
It's dumb.
Yeah. So I'm like, let's do something
Unless
else.
it's something like meaningful, like
Right.
it has some kind of significance, like something that maybe
Sure.
happened this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I'm
just
with
for the
you.
sake of getting a gift because you have to. No.
And also you have to consider your audience. Daryl keeps everything. He throws away nothing.
Oh, that's true.
Everything's sentimental. So I really have to keep that in mind when I buy him something because I know that this is in my life now.
Yeah.
Until we're dead.
That's why I buy Jerry like tools.
Yeah, stuff
because
he'll
he's had
use.
tools that he's had since
Yes.
high school, and I'm like,
Yes.
okay, we can retire this screwdriver that's like basically has no point to it anymore.
It's a nub.
It's slick. Yeah. Like so. Let me get you some new ones.
And on that note, this was a while ago, but I came across. I am not on Facebook that often, but there was this. It was an Instagram reel, and I happened to see it on Facebook, and it was this guy where some woman on Facebook. You can list stuff for sale on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace.
And some woman said, "I'm selling all of my husband's tools. He was a mechanic."
Did he die?
Yeah,
Oh.
but he had been dead for like 25 years, and she didn't have the heart to sell them.
Oh,
Or
okay.
maybe it was 10 years. But she was an older woman.
Yeah.
And she's like, I got to get rid of this stuff. This is crazy.
I can't keep it forever. Yeah, why?
So he messaged her, goes, hey, if it's available, I'll come and, I'd love to look and see what you have and make you an offer. And she's like, yeah, sure, come over. So she comes over and he's like, it was like a palace of tools
and things.
And if you have a mechanic in your life, you know how expensive Mac tools or Stanley,
absolutely.
all that stuff, Makita stuff. So he walks in, he goes, he clearly used to work for Chrysler. He had like a golden screwdriver as an award. Like he was like really a high-end mechanic.
Yeah.
And that just doesn't happen anymore.
Right.
So he said the amount of stuff she had like 3 of those big red drawered things.
The Snap-on tools that are expensive.
Full of tools.
Oh my God.
Full. And he had, I mean, everything. And he's like, it was like literally $30,000 or $40,000 worth of materials.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, I can't.
Good tools don't depreciate much.
No, it's like, I don't even know how to explain it, but if you know mechanics, you know that this stuff, you literally will have this till you die.
Yes,
they're
sure.
Literally lifetime. So
or 2. Hopefully you have a child who wants.
Hopefully somebody. And so he's like, can I at least give you the golden material, the golden tools, because you don't work with these. These are. You hang them on the wall. They're decorative. They're not. I mean, you could use them, but you wouldn't.
You would, yeah.
And she's like, no, I have so many already, because he had so many. She goes, I've kept what I want. I don't want any of this stuff. So
fair enough.
Now, I didn't get to find out how much he actually paid, but he's like, I didn't rob her blind. But she was aware of how much it was worth. It didn't matter anymore. She just wanted to get rid of it.
You know, that's how my husband is, because he has things that are so valuable.
Yeah.
And that I'm like, okay, fine, get rid of it then. And it's like, but he doesn't. I'm like, so it's really valueless.
Because you're not going to
Because you're not going to do anything with it. So for her, I get it. She's
Yeah.
like, look, I'm sure this is all expensive stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put the effort or the energy in to selling it bit by bit
God,
and getting what
pain.
it's worth.
Right.
You know?
So he took it all off of her hands, and it was probably between $10,000 and $15,000 that he paid
Wonderful.
her. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, but I bet you he was just like, I got the best deal ever.
Yeah, and he's like, and I'm not selling any of this. I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
Until you die, and then your wife has got to unload it all.
Same thing. Oh my God. I can
passing it along.
Honestly, I can relate with that, because I've often thought that. I'm like, you know what?
At some point,
I have this entire garage full of stuff.
You just do.
What will I do?
You're going to do an estate sale, and people will come in and pay what it's worth.
Yeah.
And you'll go in and do it, and, we'll inventory everything. And we'll do it.
Yeah.
And you'll make a lot of money, and it'll suck because
I mean,
you'll
it's
be
not,
like,
you're making money off some, but at the same time, what am I ever going to do with 3
Nothing.
airless paint sprayers? And I think we have 4 actually.
and you know what? And some 25-year-old guy who's just getting started will be happy to have it.
And the thing is that we all know, well, if you don't know, you will when you get old. Things that get made earlier in life are so much they're built so much better.
Everything now is disposable.
Everything is disposable. Nothing is built to last. So the things that my husband has are like, people look at him like, oh my God. You're
like,
where did you get that Titan sprayer? Those are impossible to find and they last forever. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, I bought it right away when they came out, but because they don't make them like that anymore.
No, they do
now
not.
they die in 5 years if you're lucky.
Correct.
If you're lucky. Speaking of dying, Jimmy Buffett died.
I know.
Now, I was not a parrot head.
I was not a parrot head either.
Way before my time, however.
But I have danced in a bikini many a times with a shot glass and a margarita in the other hand to Margaritaville.
Of course.
Yeah, on a beach or on a boat somewhere.
What I do love, because when he died, they posted it in the middle of the night. The family just was like, yeah, he died. Now, he had canceled a bunch of shows.
He had skin cancer.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, because I knew
it was
something.
so. I'm like, that just seems fitting. I mean, it's awful,
but
he had skin cancer.
Yes,
and it killed him.
Well, I mean, he spent his whole life outdoors,
absolutely.
boating, and
but people pay attention because skin cancer is a real thing and it still kills people.
I have my skin checked every year, and I will never not. We're too pale,
Right. Well,
you know what my mom told me? Our mom told us. This was like a year ago. She goes, Jamie, just FYI. She's like, if you have any kind of mole that's benign, it's just chilling, get rid of it. Because when you get older, that thing's going to turn on you. I'm like, really? And she goes, yes, trust me. Okay, she had all of her moles removed.
I have one right here.
I have the same ones.
Do you really?
Yes, we have the same moles.
I'm going to get rid of it.
Right here. And I have one on my chin.
It would scar my face to get it taken off.
They do such a good job on things like that, especially if you get it before it's cancerous. But
Dad always had those skin tags.
Yes, does.
And
yes.
I don't have them as bad as Dad does, but I do have them.
I do. I do do
I do
too. Yes.
I was rolling my tongue the other day. It's random. I was like, and Jeff was like,
how do you do that?
You know how sometimes when you use the right tone of voice to your dog, they like cock their heads to the left and right. They're like, what are you doing? Well, I did the and Jeff did that. He like cocked his head to the right. He's like,
what was that?
What are you an animal? Like who?
Channeling my inner Latina today.
So then he tried to do it. He could not do it.
You're just too white, son. Sorry. You're barely Mexican.
But you know what's funny is he's 10 shades darker than I am.
You know what? I hate it. My kids have the same.
He's olive.
Malia and Tyler tan like Hispanic people should.
Yeah.
I burn.
Yeah,
and
I don't.
It bugs my life.
I just turn red and blotchy, and then the next day I'm back to white.
Hate it.
Yeah.
I
think we did tan when we were younger.
We did.
But it took months of laying out.
Yeah.
And months and months and months of doing it. And then we barely would have like a hint of a tan.
We used to slather ourselves in oil.
Crisco.
And lay down.
Anything. We could, baby oil.
Hard to believe that we aren't.
I'm glad we didn't do that very long.
We didn't.
No, we really did not.
It was like one summer.
It was high school. Yeah.
It was one summer we did that. And I think we were tan, actually.
Yeah, we were. But like I said, we had to lay out every single day.
I think our mom even said, she goes, you're literally cooking your skin.
Yeah. We're like, yeah, well, we're white as ghosts, mother.
I'll just never forget the last time that I laid out slathered in oil. I was probably 16, 15. I was probably 15. And our dog came up to me and was licking me. And I'm like, leave me alone. Good. And freaking had eaten a dish rag. Remember, do you remember
that was
those,
that same day?
Remember those handy wipe dish rags?
Well, they were disposable.
They were disposable dish
rags.
rags.
You used them for, a couple of days and then.
Yeah, they were like big red or blue checkered, and you used them in the kitchen, and they would eventually wear out and you threw them away.
They were like long-term paper towels.
I thought they were handy wipes.
Yeah, they probably were.
I think that's what it was called. Yeah. But anyway, our dog got a hold of one and ate it. And was freaking out, so it came up to lick me because it wanted help because it had a rag sticking out of its ass.
It was trying to come out its ass.
Now, today, that would be considered an emergency, and you would go to the vet because that could have killed them.
It's up inside their intestines. It's not just in their butthole.
So what do? We call her mom. Mom, Sasha's got a rag sticking out of her ass. She's like,
she was doing that thing that dogs do when they can't wipe their butt.
They rub their butt on the ground.
Yeah, we all know what
and she's
doing.
like, well, pull it out. I'm like, I don't want to pull it out. She goes, well, you're going to have to do something. And I'm like, oh my God. So what do I do?
God forbid we come home and go to the vet. That doesn't happen.
So I pulled it out.
Like, well, what do you want me to do? I'm at work. I got to go.
God, it was such a different time. So I pulled it out.
You got gloves.
I did.
You got the dish gloves. And
you know what's funny?
You did it slow.
I had to. It was hurting her.
Poor baby.
It was funny because I was talking to somebody about our dogs, because we treat them like little humans now. We do. We know that we need to care for them.
Very much so.
And he goes, I feel really bad now because when I was growing up, we had a dog and it was always in the backyard by itself. Like we never took it anywhere. Yeah. We never walked it. One time it escaped and got hit by a car.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, honestly, same. We had little dogs though, so they were in with us all the time.
True.
But we never took them for walks.
No, we didn't take them for walks.
Ever.
But there were 4 of us. So somebody was usually playing with it or it was close by.
We as collectively, we did play with our dogs. We never let them just sit out in the backyard.
No. And Jerry and I have known people like that, people we've painted for. Mm-hmm.
It's like, why do you even have one?
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah. It's like, why do you even have a dog?
I don't know. I can't.
But in the old days, that's basically how dogs lived. Is they just lived in that was their domain, and that's just what they did. And and now we look back and go, God, they're so social, and they need friends, and they need love,
other dogs.
They don't need just food and water.
I mean, what's the point? They're not a plant, No. But I mean, I don't know.
Back in the old days, though, that's what people did.
I know.
Except for, if you were hoity-toity and you had, a small dog and you'd walk it.
Like a poodle or something.
But I mean, even then, like, I feel sorry for the people that have those really small dogs and they just put it in their purse and just take it everywhere. Like, it can't stretch its little legs or anything.
I know.
Like, what is it supposed to do?
But they can't walk for very long because when because Jerry and I have had little dogs.
Yeah.
We take them for walks and like you don't realize that their legs are so short, so they're walking 10 times faster than you are just to keep up with you. And at some point, our dog Landon, who was the silky terrier, he just laid down. He's like, I'm not walking another step. You don't seem to understand.
I'm done walking.
I'm done. And so I'm like, why? Come on. And he's like, I'm tired. I'm like, oh.
Poor thing.
So then we picked him up and we carried him. He weighed like 8 pounds. He was so little.
Little guy.
That's when I finally repurposed my son's stroller.
Oh, that's
and
a good idea.
You've seen pictures on my social media, people, if you've ever watched
the dogs in the stroller,
and they love it. It's perfect because you can walk everywhere. You can put your stuff in it. They fit in it good.
I wish I could do that now, but Bodega's 55 pounds.
You have huskies. Yeah,
I can't do it. But we took Sasha for a walk, but for the first time by herself without Bodega because Bodega's just really old. And the last time we took him on a walk, he didn't even last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And his little legs started giving out.
Or baby.
And I said, we can't do this to him anymore. And the vet even said, they're like, yeah, definitely walk him, but it's like not that much.
No.
Because their little legs are just done.
He just enough to give him, he likes it, but not, he doesn't really need the exercise at this point.
No,
just
he's
a little
just
bit.
kind of retired.
Yeah.
So, we want to take him, we take him around the little court and then take him in the back and he's fine. But,
dogs like to be out. They do like going places where they can smell things that are new or different.
It's really depressing because, we lost Sunny and now in the spring and I'm like, I don't know if Bodega will make it through the winter. We've had some weird weather.
Yeah.
And he literally slept all day. Like he did not even move.
Well,
and I'm like, God damn it.
You know what? It's okay.
I know it is.
But I know what you mean. The anticipation of losing a pet is it's tough because I have 3 cats left, and everybody knows me. Knows I usually have like 10.
Yeah.
So I have 3 kitties left, and they're all over the age of 15. Every one of them. So it is every single day. We are always wondering if like this is going to be the day.
This is a weird thing, but I have literally, I've literally looked at him going, I kind of just want to get it over with.
What I want to get over with that fucking bird that I have.
Why won't that thing die?
God damn it! I was like, you know what?
Why won't it die?
I was doing the math. The house that we're in right now, it was 6 years in September. I'm like 6 years, and I had this thing for years before we moved to the house that we're in. And I'm just like, why?
And you can't set it free. You've got to just kind of care for it.
And I do this exact conversation with Jerry at home, and he's like, "Oh, why are you so mean to the bird?" I'm like, I'm not mean to it. Do I get up every goddamn day, take the goddamn cover off it, put fresh seed in there, give it fresh every day,
say hello to it, all the things.
Mm-hmm.
But
I open the window so it's got sunshine on it.
Yeah, give it a little mirror, all the things.
It's got toys in there.
You actually take very good care of the bird. I know,
but I just can't stand it.
It's like, why won't you die like your friend?
I just don't understand. It's so little. Like it's literally the size of my hand. It is so tiny, smaller than my hand.
It's like a little finch almost.
Don't small things die sooner?
No, they die.
I thought they did.
No, they live longer. Unfortunately, God. I don't know what the deal is. We found a dead squirrel in our backyard the other day.
Oh God!
Daryl comes in and he was doing something.
Did he get killed by something?
I don't know. So he comes in. He goes, there's a big dead gray squirrel in our backyard. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, its head is half gone. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, yeah, seriously, I've got to go clean it up. It's by my garden. I'm like, okay. So, and I don't know if you realize the size of squirrels.
Oh, yeah.
They're large.
Because we have a lot of them. And every spring the babies start playing in our trees.
Yes. Same.
Yeah.
And so
they're cute as shit. But
what was weird was we had a ton of squirrels. They've decimated my garden. I'm getting, as you know, you usually get tomatoes from me every year. I've gotten none.
I would be, yeah. Yeah. Where are my tomatoes?
They've been eaten. Kidding. They were all eaten.
I love it because you usually have tons of them, pounds and pounds of them. Yeah.
I've had like 4.
Aww.
It's awful. It's so
And now the season's over.
The season's over. So anyway.
That sucks.
So I go out there with him because I'm like, well, I want to see it. So, because I'm not squeamish at all. So
I'm not either.
I'm not at all. I'm like, well, I want to see it.
I don't want to touch it.
Well, no, I won't touch it, but I want to see. So I go out there and he goes, oh man, it's already rigor mortis and all that stuff. So I look at him like,
very quickly.
Like, God damn, half its head is gone. And I go, well, that's how like birds of prey eat their prey. Is they start at the head and work their way down. And if the thing dropped it and didn't want to come down and get it, or they couldn't find it,
could have been an eagle or something,
or a hawk. We have a lot of hawks, and so
do we have eagles or just hawks?
I've seen a couple eagles around here, but it's pretty rare. So he puts it away, cleans it up or whatever. I'm like, oh man, that is weird. So I'm sitting there, and like a few hours later, I go, that thing looks like it got shot.
You think somebody killed it?
I think someone shot it in the head, and also.
And how did it end up in your backyard?
Well, I mean, if it shot and then ran like neurologically, like it was running or something, because they use that fence line as a freeway. Yeah. And there's an easement back there, and there's another person who has.
I don't see how it could have had half its head shot off and kept running.
I don't know. Maybe not. But I mean, if it was up in the tree and it shot and it came down or whatever, because projectile, I mean, you can shoot from really far away. True. So I got a little concerned. And I started getting worried because I said, there was a time when we were getting all these squirrels, and now and then one day, none. Like
maybe somebody's killing them.
Yeah. Oh. And when I was reading in a gardening forum, because I'm like, what do I do about these squirrels? They're killed. They've eaten everything. They're like, there's only one thing you can do. And I'm like, what? They're like, you have to shoot them. And I'm like, I'm not shooting anything. I'm not killing anything.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, I put up a huge gate around my entire like bird netting and everything to keep them out. They got in.
They're very resourceful.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, and
well, they're basically giant rodents.
Yeah.
That's why people are like,
with cute outfits, with cute little outfits, but they're still rats.
You're like me.
Vermin.
I prefer not to kill anything if I don't have to.
No. I'll kill rats. Yeah. They're filthy.
True. They have diseases.
But I do feel bad because they say rats are really smart.
They are. I mean, here's the thing. I feel like every creature has a purpose.
Yeah.
Not like, you know.
But if there's too many though.
Oh, no, agreed. Because man fucks everything up.
True.
But they must have a purpose.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, as long as you're not in my house, in my yard, around me, I like do your thing. Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Oh my God. Okay. Also, speaking of death, Britney Spears is getting divorced.
This is huge.
I am actually really happy for her.
Why? Well, you've always had a thing for Sam Asghari.
I think Sam was put in there by her dad.
I don't know.
Do you want to pause? Do you want to see?
No.
Oh,
it's
okay.
just a text. I don't know. I honestly, her Instagram is disturbing to me, and it is. It just is.
Here's what I think. I think that she is. I know that her dancing and all that nonsense.
It's not even her dancing. It's the look on her face.
She looks psychotic.
She looks fucking crazy.
Well, she is.
Or
crazy.
she looks.
She looks unhinged.
Yeah, she looks unhinged, and it's not even that. It's not just that. She looks intoxicated.
Oh, you think she's using?
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
because I know that look. I've had that look. I know other people who've had that look, and it's just a look that you know when you've ever been a user of drugs.
One of the things that I think is, first of all, I think it was a good idea that ended. I don't think that was a good merit. I don't think that was a good thing for her or him. He apparently now is destitute. He's going to be homeless.
Yeah. Well,
he's
she's
jobless.
She's paying for his apartment.
Right, but I mean,
$10,000 a month, so it's not a dump.
It had to have been bad for him to let it go.
She beat the shit out of him.
I believe it
over and over, and the staff were like, "Yeah, we had to get her off of him many times."
I do remember that. I do know that she has mental health issues, 100%.
Sure.
She also is trying to come back from a place where she couldn't trust anybody. And I don't even know what that could be like. I don't even know what that's like. I do know that she has mentioned recently that she's in therapy. She's doing horse therapy too.
Yes,
that's why she bought the horse.
Yep.
She's getting tattoos. She seems lucid currently.
She is. Here's the problem I have with her is I think that a lot of her her newfound freedom is coming with a price because I think she's self-medicating. I can't say that with certainty.
I mean, we don't know. You're right.
But I do. Well, there's claims from her staff and from Sam that she's using. No.
Drugs.
Drugs.
Okay.
Yeah. And but Brittany's always been known to use drugs. That's nothing new.
Well, especially if she's unmedicated right now, then 100%.
Yeah. Well, one of the reasons why she was in a conservatorship is because everybody thought she was going to kill herself. She was going to OD.
Right.
Because she had endless supply to buy whatever she wanted. Well, she's kind of in that same boat again where she can buy whatever she wants, as much as she wants. And
well, the thing is you can't stop somebody.
No, you can't.
You just can't.
But if you look at, physically speaking, if you look at Sam and you look at Brittany, Sam is healthy.
Yeah.
He doesn't look drugged out. He doesn't look fucked up.
And there was a time when she was working out a lot. And
she looked healthy.
She looked healthier. Now she definitely is
she looks
definitely hot messy.
Up. Yeah, she
definitely
looks
hot mess. What I'm hoping though is that she can maintain this lucidity and maintain therapy. It only can be better if she actively decides to delve into it.
I agree.
I think the trust issues prohibit her from doing anything, because especially a doctor or a therapist, because these other things had been. Jamie Spears is a bad person. I do not believe that he did anything for her.
No, I don't either.
Because he worked her like a dog,
a horse,
and yet she wasn't able to manage herself. No. I mean, if you're trying to prevent your daughter from doing drugs, this was not the way to do it.
I agree. I
So
totally agree.
So regardless of her mental health and drug issues, you can't prevent somebody from doing what they're going to do to themselves. If she's going to use and die, she's going to use and die.
That's true.
Period.
Right.
And it's going to be tragic.
And for me, that's like the part I hate, because, do I ever think that she should be in a conservatorship? No, absolutely not. I would never, ever advocate for that. But at the same time, I am worried. She posted
we could definitely be worried about her.
She posted a video the other day of her clearly not at her house, because it was at some normal looking small, like in an apartment with a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
And I just, and I'm like, you know what? This is the kind of thing that happens. You know, she's got all this money. She's famous.
Got a lot of friends who are more than happy to be
more
a part
than
of her.
happy to host parties and have her over and spending her money.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they're bad influence. They don't care about, you know, like, let her use drugs. Who cares? You know, she's free. You know, now she doesn't have anybody who loves her or around her to protect her or like say, hey, you shouldn't do this. You know, she's literally on her own.
There's nothing you can do though.
So yeah, I don't want to lose Britney.
It's funny because people go, is there any other celebrity who can live like this and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, fucking Kanye West does it every goddamn day.
Oh, tons of them.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who are like this.
Just don't,
surrounded by yes men who let them do whatever they want to do.
Think of all the famous people who have died really young ages because of drug use.
Yeah.
There were somebody behind them, a team of people behind them, enabling them to do all of those things.
Yeah, because as long as they were making their money from them, who gave a shit?
No one's going to tell them no. Yeah, because there's...
And, you know, and they're usually child stars.
Yeah.
Britney has been working her ass off since she was like 10.
Heath Ledger. I mean, just name it. Name it. The list is endless.
It's true.
Of people who have gotten so much money and have addiction issues.
And then there are people where you go... Thank God they got through it. Like, you know, the Duff sisters or any of the ones that were on Beverly Hills, except for poor Tori Spelling, but everybody else.
I think Tori Spelling's just so goddamn mad that she's like, my mom has hundreds of millions of dollars. Dude, hundreds of millions.
That would make me, I mean, frustrating isn't even the word. I don't even know. And the thing is, it's not like she hasn't tried. She's trying to create some kind of a semblance of some kind of money-making career.
Totally.
But, I mean, nothing's sticking for her. No. And I think she's got some mental health issues.
I think she's got issues, too.
Yeah.
But honestly, you know, what I don't understand is...
She looks like Khloe Kardashian now.
I know. People said she's trying to do it on purpose, and it's working.
Really?
Because she's...
Aren't they friends?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, the Kardashians are friends with a lot of people.
That's true.
Well, they are. And you're always surprised to hear like, oh, they're friends. Yeah, they are.
Well, they all live in the same freaking neighborhood.
They do live in the same neighborhood. And honestly, a lot of people forget that the Kardashians' dad, he was an entertainment lawyer.
He was an attorney.
So
that's right.
Yeah, not just any attorney. He was an entertainment lawyer.
He was the attorney.
So he knew everybody. So they've been around celebrities since they were little. You know, it's not a new thing.
Okay, this is a really, really random thing, but I have to tell you because it's just so fascinating to me. So I love Jessica Simpson. Another one who had some problems, but she got her shit together.
Yes,
Thank God.
She got sober.
Yes, and she looks fantastic.
She looks amazing.
I love her so much.
I do too.
Anyway, so
her daughter Birdie.
And she's gorgeous.
But is that the cutest name ever?
I love it.
I do too.
All of her kids are beautiful. But anyway, so she posted a first day of school photo.
Unlike Tori Spelling's children.
I mean, if you want to compare.
I know it's so mean.
We're not going to shame children. It's not their fault.
I know.
Anyway, so she had posted a first day of school pic with her 3 kids and they're all in these uniforms.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, they go to a private school. Well,
shocking.
The uniform logo was showing on her, I think, her son's shirt. So I zoomed in because I was curious. I'm like, I wonder what private school because it looks like Catholic uniforms. Yeah. So I zoomed in and I got the name of the school. So I Googled it. It's not a Catholic school, but it's a very elite private school. So I looked up the school.
Don't they live in like Tennessee or something?
No, they live in California.
They do?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Parts of California you and I have probably never and will never see.
Well, for sure, but I thought Jessica was from the South. And
she's from Texas.
Yeah.
She ain't living in Texas. That girl ain't living in Texas. So, neither's her father, by the way. So
you live very well in Texas with money.
Not if you're gay and a woman.
What?
Her dad's gay now.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they don't live in Texas.
That's true.
No. So anyway, I looked up the school because I was curious.
I'd forgotten he flipped. Yes.
And so I was looking. I'm like, I wonder what the tuition is, Stephanie.
What is it?
If you're a pre-K to kindergarten, is $25,000 a year.
Oh.
Not to mention you have to pay for parent fees.
Everything.
Parent fees are $700. There are field trips that they take.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That are required. You have to buy the yearbook, which is $80. Right.
Ooh.
And then the field trips range anywhere between $500 and $700 a year for kindergarten.
Oh, right. It's kindergarten.
1st through 6th is $35,000 a year.
Goodness gracious.
Parent fees are $800. Yearbook is $80. Field trips, $3,000.
Yeah. But I think of
the annual field trip that they all go on is like $3,000. I'm like, where the fuck do they go? Europe?
Probably.
High school.
Oh, Oh, it goes all the way up, huh?
Oh, yes. High school, 50 grand.
Oh my God.
And you have to re-enroll every year by February. You have to give them a check for $4,000. Parent fees are like $1,000.
Oh my God.
Field trip, the annual
So
field
it's
trip.
$200,000 to graduate high school.
But hey, the yearbook's only $80 even when you're a senior.
That's a sweet deal.
It is insane the amount of money that you have to pay. It's not just tuition.
No.
Everything is not
I told
free.
you we looked into
Nothing's
private
free.
school for my son because I'm so fed up with the public school system here. And the school that I really wanted him to go to was 16 grand a year. Yeah. And that's cheap.
And they're like, and you can do a payment plan. I'm like,
oh yeah, but it's just like you're describing, you know, you have to, first of all, this school had an application process.
You had to be accepted.
Yes, you had to have referrals from prestigious members of
this one doesn't.
community.
This one is just plain old, give us all your money. You can come here.
It was the Waldorf Academy. So essentially it's one of those places that, you know, they really do. It's all art and
I love that
environment and animals.
It's like, it's almost like Montessori.
Literally, yes.
Which
and
I
it would have
love.
been, my child would have thrived in a school like that. Because he's very much like that. But yeah,
that's
unfortunately,
awesome.
I'm not rich, so it's not happening.
Well, anyway, I am not going to say the name of the school or anything, but I knew it was.
Well, everybody did it. Come on.
I knew it was, though, because she's the only person I follow that followed the school.
Yeah.
Jessica Simpson follows this, and I'm like, oh man, I feel kind of creepy, but I'm curious.
No,
Jamie,
trust me, everybody did it.
I was more curious about how much it cost. I didn't care about. I didn't look at photos.
Nobody
I just
cares
wanted,
about that. Yeah.
I wanted the tuition one sheet.
We all want to know.
I was like, holy shit! If you were curious, it's a lot of money to send a child there, and she sends 3 there.
I know. Well,
Kindergarten.
She's a billionaire.
She deserves every penny.
She really does.
She's one of the. She's like. Deserves every
Her
penny.
fashion line is what has brought her all her wealth.
There's not one pair of shoes that I own from her that I won't keep
Jamie,
forever.
these shoes I have that I bought from her last year, first of all, they are so high.
I know.
That I'm like, these are going to be, I'm going to find an event to wear them to.
You will wear them, trust.
Yeah.
And they're comfortable. I'm telling you.
They are comfortable,
They're comfortable.
but because they're so high, I'm thinking 2-3 hours at the most is all I'm going to be able to really do.
I have worn Jessica Simpson shoes to a wedding where the reception was down 70 stairs.
For God's sakes.
I was on television when I wore these. I never fell. I wore them the entire 10-hour day.
Yeah.
And didn't want to die.
Oh,
they
good,
are
good,
comfortable
good.
shoes. I will endorse Jessica Simpson shoes all day.
I do. I have 2 pairs of
all
her
day.
shoes.
They're great. And they're true to size. Thank God.
They are true to size.
Love.
I love them. Yeah, they are. And they are gorgeous.
Stunning shoes.
These shoes I have, I can't wait to wear them actually. But yeah, so I
can't wait to wear them. So I read a little thing today, and I know we're not into the Jonas Brothers as much, but Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner might be getting divorced.
No, they are. Yeah, they are getting divorced, but yeah.
TMZ claims that they are.
She's ugly. Well, I don't know who she is.
She was on Game of Thrones.
Okay, all right.
That's her big claim to fame. And it's so funny.
Okay.
And I don't know.
She's very thin.
I don't know who released it, but I'm going to assume it's the Jonas camp because it says Joe Jonas has been working full time. They're on tour. He's taking care of his 2 children, currently on tour with him. Sophie hasn't done much since Game of Thrones. And I'm like, let me guess who sent this out to TMZ.
Right. Totally.
It couldn't possibly have been a joint effort.
I know, huh?
It must be the Jonas camp because they're talking shit.
Well,
shit.
they wanted to get ahead of it. Clearly. Props to them. So, you know,
they're
she's
like,
got a better PR team than her.
It's the best we can do because she's the mother of the children. So we have to get out in front of this ASAP, especially if you fucked something.
Yeah, he probably did.
Yeah.
Or who knows?
Who knows?
It could be we'll find out.
Here's what I'm curious about because they got married they got together in 2016, I think, like a long time ago.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Was it?
I don't know.
They got married in 20...
I followed the other one that married Pranka. What's
Pranka? Yes,
Pranka Chai.
Priyanka.
Every Sunday I go through this because Sundays are my most awkward days. I can't speak.
Yes, and their wedding was
so
gorgeous.
Beautiful. Yes.
She's stunning. Anyway,
stunning.
So they got married in 2019 and immediately had a kid, and then immediately had another one. And I'm like, this is like a pandemic wedding.
Like the kiss of death. Why do people do this?
Like they did this during the pandemic, and I'm just wondering if it was one of those things where it's like, the world may be coming to an end. Let's just live our best life. And so they had kids, and now they're like, what were we thinking? God.
Well, I don't know why anybody does this.
I don't know. It's that's the same reason people who adopt dogs during the pandemic, and now they're like, I don't want it anymore.
I hate you too after you do that.
A lot of people did it.
Yeah, fuck that.
I know. There's a lot of
Yeah, we were trying to figure out how old Kevin was the other day because I got a text from Petco saying, "Happy birthday, Kevin." And I was like, "Oh." And Jerry's like, "How old's Kevin now? Is he 2?" And I'm like, "No, Kevin's 3. He was a
pandemic purchase.
He was a pandemic baby. Well, we got him for free.
Well, whatever. Yeah,
but
I'm sorry.
But I tried to buy a dog. I couldn't find one.
Yeah, because everybody bought them.
It was absurd.
Yes.
So I'm actually so grateful that I didn't buy a dog. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Because buying dogs is terrible. You shouldn't. Well, okay. You know what? If you get them from a breeder that's a reputable breeder and all of that, I'm okay with it.
It was funny because I saw a it was Louis C.K. and he goes, "Yeah, so I bought my kids a dog." They're like, "We adopted it. Calm down." He goes, "God forbid I'd want to buy a dog. No, I want a dog that I have absolutely no idea where he came from and put him in my house with my family."
It's true.
And find out he's a terror.
I know, huh?
Instead of going to a reputable breeder who loves the dog and knows everything about the dog. But sure, well, don't do that. Adopt a crazy animal that's been abused for 3 years and gets afraid when you wave your hand.
I know, but he's not wrong.
It's actually, Stephanie, I have avoided adopting dogs out of pounds because they're all
traumatized.
They're not. Yeah, they're very much traumatized. I bought a traumatized dog from a breeder because this dog was abused within the first 3 weeks of its life, and she's still fucked up. And she's a purebred dog.
I know, huh?
It's crazy. Anyway, I digress.
So true. Yeah.
So Joe Jonas decided we don't need dogs. We're gonna have children. And they had kids instead, and now they're breaking up.
You know what? We can only speak from this vantage point because we have wisdom now because we're older. But honestly, I just...
Listen to me, people.
Listen to me, people. You do not have to go out and have children immediately when you will regret... No, you won't regret it because nobody regrets having their kids.
You don't, but you regret doing it without thinking.
But you'll be such a better parent, I assure you, if you wait 5 years.
Joe Jonas,
10 is better.
Well, in a marriage or in a union of any kind, just give yourself a minute.
Not only that, but you will start to see if there's going to be cracks that are irreparable in your relationship.
Before you have kids.
Before you have kids, if possible. And there are those foolish people out there who think that having children is going to change or make it better.
It'll fix the marriage.
It will not it will actually make it worse. So Way worse.
Far worse.
And not only that, but now you have to deal with this thing that
now you have to co-parent for the rest of your life.
Forever. So
the rest of your life.
Literally. And if you think you hate them now when you're married to them, wait until you get a divorce.
You have no idea, my friend.
Because the hate is deep.
Suddenly your mother-in-law is no longer fun.
Well,
and your ally.
And then if you're the girl, your significant other that you divorce or leave is going to have another woman within days.
Yes,
probably months if you're lucky.
And men
and then you have to deal with whatever thing they bring home to be around your kids.
Beyond the truth.
And I'm telling you, it's awful.
No one listens to us though.
Yeah, no, nobody does.
No one listens.
And I didn't listen to anybody either.
They have to learn their own lessons. They have to go through, as my therapist would say, everybody has their path. You have to respect their choices.
I know, right?
And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I don't want to hear this.
I don't have to respect their choices. I can judge them as much as I want to. She's like, well, you can do that, but you can't force anyone to change. I'm like, I understand. Okay? I get it. But listen to me.
I don't want to hear the fair.
You and I just had this discussion the other day, and you're like, well, it's the hardest part is for you and I to maintain control and not tell people what to do.
That's true.
Especially our kids.
Oh, well, and
or anyone.
Like anyone, kind of. Yeah, I told you there's a very young person that sits next to me at work. I can't.
You're like, please listen to what I have to say.
But I hear it in my mind, and then I don't allow it to come out of my mouth.
You can't. People have to learn their own lessons, and honestly, it's the biggest disservice that parents can do is not letting kids learn their lessons. It's really hard, and I've even told producer Deb that I'm like, I'm willing to allow our children to make their own mistakes and learn their lessons because they are learning shit that I did not have to learn.
Yeah.
But I'll never allow them to be put in a situation where they'll be homeless or hurt. I can't do it.
No, I can't either.
And I refuse. to
It's not happening in our life, but
anything else though. I mean, learn your lesson, man.
Yeah, well.
I beg my kids not to have children.
Well, I don't have to. My daughter is like, I'm good.
And one of my daughters is like, I would rather die than have a child.
Yeah.
I'm like, I understand. And it's fine.
Well, Lauren doesn't have that attitude. Like she doesn't hate children.
She goes, if I really have to marry somebody who wants children, I will pay for a surrogate. And I'm like, okay, Kim Kardashian, whatever you say. And I go, why? She goes, I am not having a baby. And I'm like, okay.
Do you see how skinny I am? I want to stay this way forever.
Like, I'm never not doing my life.
Well, I can't say
Good
that.
for her.
Seriously, though, I wish I would have had that freaking mind frame at her age.
Right. All right. Well, here's a quick, ugly, and awkward moment. The other day, I was sitting at my computer, and I got this new chair that you see, and it's very spinny.
Oh.
It's very spinny.
It's very nice.
I like it. Daryl's like, you need a chair. I'm like, I know. So anyway, I had a big cup of coffee, and I was doing some stuff. And it was sitting on the left side of my computer, which I never put it over there because that's where the tower is, the filing cabinet, all that stuff. Well, I forgot that it was over there. And the mug handle was sitting kind of peeking out over the edge. I flip around because it's spinny and I love it because it's so spinny. I flip around, Stephanie, it looked like a murder scene in here. There was coffee all over all the walls. I dumped the whole mug of coffee on my computer tower. I thought for sure I was going to get electrocuted.
No, it won't. It can take a lot.
There's still droplets of coffee and I just see.
I see now, but coffee smells too. It's like, it's delicious and we love it and we can't do without it.
I'll lug it down all day, but
when you spill it and it's on everything, it's like, ugh.
Luckily there was no creamer or anything in it. It was just, but there was a little sugar.
You drink black coffee?
Not always. My second cup, I do. I do black with a little sugar.
Weird.
The first cup, I do a little dairy.
Hey, mother.
I know. Mom. Oh my God. Mom.
She does not drink black.
She has like a half a cup of creamer and
no sugar, which I can't.
And I'll make, when she comes over and I'll make her coffee, I'm like, she goes, God, Jamie, your coffee is like fucking tar. And I'm like, what do you mean?
She thinks so. She used to always drink it so strong.
And I'm like, it's not so strong. But I mean, what are you drinking? Folgers Crystals?
No, hell no, mother. Fuck no.
No.
She probably orders it from Kona and has it shipped over on ice.
That stuff is $100 a bag.
I know, but
it's so insane.
Mom is such a coffee snob.
You
she
would
always
think
has
she's
been.
a snob. Yes. Anyway.
Well, she used to be. Maybe she's not anymore.
I don't know. All I know is that I ruined one of the outlets.
Well, that sucks.
And there's something I can do. Oh, well. Anyway.
Maybe it'll dry out and it'll repair itself.
All right. Well, thank you for listening, and we'll be back next